Hi, my name is KyleGilstad, and today for my persuasive speech, I want to talk to you about why you should choose snowboarding over skiing. For those of you that are heading up to the mountain for the first time, and for those of you that already hit the slopes, one question has probably come across your mind. Which is better, snowboarding or skiing? This is a very good question, and I have a very easy answer for you. Snowboarding. I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why snowboarding is better than skiing, tell you a couple of reasons why, and compare the two. Mountains have been around since the beginning of time, but recreational sports on the mountain have only been around for a short period of time. And snow sports are continuing to evolve and will continue to evolve. So in order to participate, you're going to need to choose a sport. There are few things in this world more beautiful than a mountain covered in snow. Why not experience this up close and personal, enjoying a day on the mountain snowboarding, either by yourself or with your friends? I'm now going to give you 3 different reasons for why snowboarding is better than skiing. The first and most important advantage of choosing to snowboard over choosing to ski is that it is cheaper. The overall cost of buying the equipment needed to snowboard is cheaper than the overall cost of buying ski equipment. Snowboarding does not require as much gear as skiing, and that's what makes it cheaper. In order to ski, you need a set of skis, a pair of hard-shell boots, which are pretty expensive, and a pair of poles, along with all the gear to protect and all the gear to keep you warm, such as a jacket, pants, gloves, etc. In order to snowboard, you need a snowboard, bindings, and boots. And you also need all the gear to keep you warm to protect you, but that's the same as skiing. According to mountainminimalist.com, the average cost to buy a snowboard setup, minus the cost of the gear, the cold weather gear, your jacket, your pants, etc., is $750, and that's for a brand new setup, not used. So if you go used, you can get it for cheaper. The average cost of purchasing a skiing setup is $1,160. Now that's also new, so if you go used, you can get it for cheaper, but that's a big difference, almost $500. The cost of lift tickets is the same either way, but if you're looking for a cheaper, more fun choice, it's definitely snowboarding. Another reason you should choose snowboarding over skiing is the effects that both have on your body. Snowboarding is a lot easier on your knees than skiing is. Knee injuries are a lot more common in skiers than they are in snowboarders. The only real injury you got to worry about with snowboarding is wrists. That's the most common, people falling back and catch themselves. But that's a lot less serious and a lot less severe than a knee injury. Snowboarding is a better all-around workout for your body. It requires the entire body to navigate where you're going, whereas skiing only requires your legs to navigate. After the first day of snowboarding, you're probably going to feel like you got a pretty good workout. Your legs will be tired, your quads are going to be sore, your butt's going to be sore. If it's your first time, your arms might be sore and tired from having to lift yourself up all day, and your butt might be sore from falling. But with snowboarding, as opposed to skiing, when you fall, you can get right back up. Whereas if you're skiing and you fall, sometimes you got to chase your equipment down the mountain because your skis will fall off, you'll lose a pole, you got to go find them. Snowboarding is connected to your feet, you don't have to worry about it. So when deciding whether to choose a snowboard or skis, here's another thing to contemplate. Snowboarding is so much cooler than skiing. The style, the look of snowboarding is just a lot more fun and a lot better looking than skiing. The most iconic snow sports athletes are snowboarders. Shaun White has become a household name. I asked both my parents if they could name a snowboarder, and both of them said Shaun White. So if my parents, who know nothing about snowboarding, can tell me a famous snowboarder, then that means that snowboard has hit mainstream and hit all the households and everybody knows it. Whereas skiing, I asked my parents if they could name a skier that they knew, and neither of them could. Both of them said no. When I tried to rack my own brain and see if I knew the names of any skiers, I came up pretty blank myself. There was one skier that I could remember his name, and that's Sandy Carlson. The only reason I know his name is because I follow the X Games, and he's an awesome skier, and I also used to hang out with his younger sister. I found a blog by a man named Sam Baldwin, and he's an old man who used to snowboard, and he talks about how much fashion has become a part of snowboarding. Some of the new snowboarders have all the best gear and all the coolest equipment, but don't even know how to ride. And I think this is pretty funny because it's true. I see a lot of younger kids decked out in the newest, coolest trends, and they can hardly ride down the mountain. But at least they're snowboarding and not skiing, right? Skiing is trying to make a comeback after snowboarding has taken over the slopes. More people are learning to ski, and less people are learning to snowboard. We can't let this happen. If this happens, the mountain will be crowded with one-piece, bright pink, snow-wearing socialites. And everyone knows skiers take all the nice powder, and once it's gone, they leave. I think the more snowboarders, the merrier. So for those of you that are going to be heading up to the mountain this season, I've got one thing to ask you. Will you be doing so on a snowboard or on skis? I hope that after telling you all the advantages of snowboarding over skiing, you're going to stay snowboarding. Now I know some of you might already be skiers. That's okay. You too can be saved. Rent a snowboard, hit the slopes in style. I'll be up there and I hope to see you on a nice new snowboard. Have a good winter. Happy riding.